Hello, everyone, and welcome to a scene for Hong Kong Changeling venue. This scene we have a Pooka named Hannah, but that is not her mortal name. Her mortal name is Velma, and she is working in the tourist district of Hong Kong at a noodle shop where most everyone speaks English, as she does not know any other language but English. And she's nearing the end of her shift, and it's a it's a little slow. Uh, Even for a weekend night, so she's just kind of watching people as they come in and out.
And the next person to come in, you'll probably notice a big puffy tail coming past the window before you notice the woman coming in. But she's sniffing the air as she does. Do you have anything with like peanut sauces or anything like that? Or sesame nuts or...
She points at the menu.
No, I was asking that out of character.
Oh, out of character? Probably. I would imagine so, that they would have something like that. We'll just say that they do, or because it would be funny.
So she's gonna come up and look at the menu. Is the menu in English?
Yes.
Okay. So the real question now, um, you're a buddy, and she like grabs the edge of the counter, overlooking the food. You're a buddy. You're a buddy. You're a buddy. Hi. How are you?
Hi. She, actually nonchalantly slides her hand over her name tag, noticing that it's another changeling. Hi. What can I get for you?
Oh, nothing. I don't think. I don't think. I don't. Oh, me. Nothing. I don't. And she's looking in one direction and she's pointing right at wherever the peanut item is. The thing that has the most peanuts or nuts.
Ah, I gotcha. And she punches in the order, gives you a total.
Uh-huh. And then she'll rattle something off in Mandarin.
She cocks her head.
Good? Yeah? Okay, good. Good. Glad. That's good.
The menu would be both in English and the whatever form of Chinese is most widely spoken in Hong Kong.
Cantonese and Mandarin.
Okay. But yeah.
Yeah, I think Cantonese is more prevalent in Hong Kong itself, while Mandarin is more prevalent throughout literally everywhere else in China. That's how it was explained to me.
Okay. So yeah, anyway. Do you want a table? Or do you want it to go?
She kind of narrows one eye, the other eye gets really big, and she kind of leans forward at the... I don't know. Will I be eating alone or with friends tonight? That's the question. That's what really matters here. Then she leans back and kind of crosses her arms. Then unfolds them and pulls her tail around and kind of just pets it like it's an animal laying across her arm.
She kind of like looks back and forth and she leans in really close. A table, right? Yes, a table. Right this way. And stop that.
Sorry, my dear. And she's gonna pretend like she has like a little monocle and like, adjust it and stand up extra straight.
She rolls her eyes. Right this way, and she gives a Big fake smile.
And she's gonna follow you. And when you turn around to look, she's like all but touching you. She's so close behind you.
She gives a little bit of a start, like, oh, well, aren't you friendly?
I was afraid I might lose track of you. Happens easily.
Do you have
Oh, but
trouble seeing?
No.
Okay, well, you can sit down right here and I'll be right back with your food. Do you need anything to drink?
Yeah.
All right, water it is. And she leaves and goes and gets water and puts it in front of you and then goes. And she's not really sure what to make of you at all whatsoever. I think she's a Gryffindor.
Yep.
I'll need further analysis, though.
At this point, so just some very attractive looking man walks in, kind of, he orders and goes in, sits down and starts eating. That's not the It's not the notable thing here. What's notable is that right after he walks in, someone else walks in. A woman with a fey mane. She has scales and snake eyes. However, her skin is not entirely comprised of scales. You can just definitely see that she has them. She walks in, and the first thing she's going to do is walk up to Hannah, who I assume is the waitress.
She's playing hostess and waitress, yes.
Okay. She's going to snap off something in Cantonese.
She's gonna deer in the headlight you.
She'll say something again in Cantonese.
May I help you?
So,
The
and
look on her face in the overlay is the look on her face right now.
she switches to English and she says, "Oh, you mean you don't know? Oh." And then she notices who she's talking to. Oh. And then she really notices who she's talking to. Oh.
Yeah, her Famine is similar to her mortal seeming, except she's got badger ears and a little bit of tufts of fur on her face and hands. And the beady badger eyes.
As for how you can help me, maybe that's something you can figure out.
Well, I mean, people usually come here to eat, but maybe you're here for something else.
Is this wait? She'll lean into Hannah. Is this noodle shop a front for a brothel? Are you propositioning me for sex right now?
Yes, that's totally what's happening right now.
She's gonna go into her phone and type something as I throw something in Hong Kong.
Oh, God.
Ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Hey, buddy. Hey,
I'll
ma'am.
be right back.
Ma'am.
1 second. And she goes to the squirrel lady.
I didn't order this water. And it's empty.
Of course. And she takes it and refills it and brings it back. Your food will be an hour or something like that.
Can I have something with nuts while I wait?
Uh, she goes to the back. She brings out a little cup of crushed peanuts.
And her body gesture is like, oh, just a casual. Um, thank you. The look on her face is like ultimate excitement. The horror will be the moment she then dumps it upside down onto the table, starts trying to piece the peanuts back together.
She walks away and whispers under her breath, "Definitely a Gryffindor." And then she goes back over to Angela.
Who is madly typing into her phone. By the way, if you want to see the tweets that are going out, just check Hong Kong chat.
Um, and since, Hannah has Twitter notifications on her phone vibrates with these notifications, and she looks at her phone real quick and then looks back at Angela. And then you see the moment of recognition when she realizes who you are. Oh. Oh boy. And she smiles. A really big fake smile.
Ooh, a fake smile. Interesting.
Like it's genuine to a point, but you definitely know that she's trying too hard.
Okay.
It's one of those kind of smiles.
Angela will respond with, "Oh, I like your glasses. Take a selfie." And
Uh she shrugs her shoulders and comes over for a selfie, making sure that she takes off her name tag. She sticks that into her apron.
okay.
So, did you want any food or?
I came for sustenance.
Right.
And she looks over to the man that's eating his own noodles.
What kind of noodles?
Something juicy.
Hey, you know what? You're gonna love what I bring you. Just 1 second. And uh, she goes to get the noodles that Fluffy ordered, and she takes them to her. Makes sure that there's extra peanuts on there and extra peanut sauce. And then she
I only ordered water, man.
I know, and I really hope that you enjoy. And I'll see you in a little while. Yeah. And she
She's like confused why you put food down in front of her.
just nods and smiles and leaves your vicinity again. And she goes and gets some ramen for Angela.
All right, let me know when she brings it to her.
Well, and she will. First she'll ask, "Do you want a table?"
I mean, she'll look around. Like, how many open tables are there?
She just kind of gestures, and there's a few open tables, but There's also a squirrel sitting at a table.
She'll look in between them, in between the squirrel and the man that she seems to have a fixation on. Ultimately, she will decide on the squirrel. However, she will keep the man in sight.
The squirrel, when she sees you walking over, her eyes get really big. She kind of shakes the table with her hands on the edge of it. Another buddy! 2 buddies in one place. This is amazing! Oh, damn. Which ones did I count? I have to start over again. And she scoops all the written nuts back together. 1, 2.
I'm glad to see you're still doing that since Amsterdam.
Saw me doing this in Amsterdam?
Yeah, totally. I was there with you when you did that shit. It's pretty awesome.
How high did I get to?
Really high. Oh my god.
Like, how high? Like, 20? 30?
Harold and Kumar in credits.
100? I never made it through this movie. I seem to lose track of it. Somewhere after. Damn it. 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's a seat open if you'd like to sit down.
No, I think I'm good standing, she says as she sits down.
10, 11.
Hannah's in the back, is personally making Angela's noodles. And she's saying to herself, so, we got a Gryffindor and a Slytherin. I'm a Hufflepuff. Oh, we just need one more. We need a Ravenclaw. I wonder who could be a Ravenclaw. I need to meet more people.
Or. So, was I at the circus when you ran into me in Amsterdam? Or was I out at one of the restaurants?
Column A, column B. It was a big ass performance in a restaurant. It was some pretty cool shit. You did the thing that you do.
I did? You
Yeah.
think they'd let me do it here?
One way to find out.
And she takes her bag off, sets it on the bench next to her, scoops all of the peanuts back into the cup, puts them inside of her pouch, inside of her bag. What kind of lights are in here? Like dangling lights? Fluorescent lights in the ceiling?
You know what? Let's say dangling lights.
And this little woman hops up onto the table and scampers up the light and starts swinging on it. And then does a little flip to one on the other side.
What's your strength rating?
2.
Okay. You're probably not going to break the light, or pull it out of the ceiling, but if anybody pays attention, there's a lot of strain on it.
And as Fluffy is doing that swing, all that, all whatever show she's doing right now. Angela leans back and starts taking pictures of the dude that's sitting not too far away from her while he is distracted.
And she will continue swinging back and forth between different lights, doing little flips and whatnot until told to get down.
Yeah, and that's gonna happen in a second when Hannah comes out with Angela's bowl of noodles that she, upon seeing the sight of Fluffy, she puts the noodles down before she drops them. Ma'am, um, ma'am, would you please go back to your table? My boss
And
is gonna kill me.
she does another swing and a flip and a double somersault in the air, lands on the light by her table, climbs down, and sits on top of the table with her legs crossed.
She points to the booth. In the seat.
She stands up. You know how sometimes when people have their legs crossed and they stand up and they kind of end up spinning as they do? She does that. Her big fluffy tail kind of bapping whoever's around till she sits down in the booth and pulls her noodles with peanuts over and starts eating the peanuts first.
Having gotten the squirrel lady back to her seat, she picks up the bowl of ramen and mutters under her breath, "Bitch is gonna get me fired." She walks over to the table and sets the bowl of ramen down in front of Angela.
Angela looks at Hannah like she has two heads.
Enjoy!
No, seriously, why'd you get me this?
You didn't want noodles?
When did I say I wanted noodles? I don't remember saying that.
Gives side eye.
Well, if you don't want noodles, you can have mine. And she pulls one out of her mouth as she sucked all the peanut sauce off it and offers it to Angela.
Why would I do that? That sounds so nasty. I would never do something like that as she eats it.
Hannah smiles, looks at the clock. Oh, good. And she doesn't say anything else. She just goes and clocks out, and then she comes and sits down with the other two of you.
Not had buddies in so long. The last time was when we were buddies back in Amsterdam.
Oh,
Yep.
Do you remember
yeah,
the night?
I do. I remember that night.
The
Like,
lights
you
were
got
farther apart.
so high, I had to, like, pry you away from the brownie shop.
They had nuts on their brownies, didn't they?
Oh, probably.
Does it every time. Every time.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome stuff. I'm glad we went, especially considering that was a very therapeutic journey for me.
Oh, it's usually therapeutic. I'm really good at it. Can't help it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I found this video on YouTube on how to do it perfectly every time.
Ooh.
Yep. Every time. It is like the best reference for that ever. Like ever. Ever. Oh my god. Ever.
So, what don't they call us?
She kind of leans back, pulling her tail around in front of her so it's kind of down at the level of the table and just starts petting it softly. It's so fluffy. And she sticks the end of it in the closest person's face. It's so fluffy.
You know what? For the sake of it, I'm gonna say it's Angela's, and Angela starts playing with the tail if Fluffy is okay with it.
Huh?
I'm just gonna call you Fluffy.
I don't like that idea.
Awesome. I wish I had a fluffy tail.
Would you like one? I'm sure we can get you one.
Well, I mean, it's kind of fluffy. Not big.
I don't want to see it.
Oh, me too, me too.
She stands up and wiggles her little tail at you, sticking out of her pants.
She reaches over and pinches it. Oh, that's so icky. She just keeps pinching it.
Angela looks like she was looking at something else.
You shouldn't keep doing that.
She puts her hand around it and kind of strokes it a few times.
Oh, at this
She
point,
gets a very happy look on her face at that.
at this point, Angela's going with the double entendre, and she's going to start messing with the tip.
Oh boy. I mean, her tail is about a foot, foot and a half long, so it's not tiny, tiny, but it's definitely smaller than a squirrel or a cat tail. And it's a little fluffy, but not too fluffy.
You know, if I climbed on your back, and I did it right, I could probably make it look like you had just my tail instead.
She ponders that for a moment.
Yeah.
You like
Be
Harry
easier if
Potter?
I've have I heard of that?
Have you? Have I?
I don't know.
Have you?
I don't know what Harry Potter is. Never read it in my life. Never seen the movies. I don't know anything about it at all.
You know, I think it's my favorite.
And I am not a proud member of House Hufflepuff. The only house worth belonging to.
I
I'm not.
definitely don't see a lot of people on Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter talk shit about that. Also, I also don't see it on Facebook, but who goes on Facebook anymore? And Angela looks and waits for a motherfucker to say they really use Facebook.
What's Facebook?
All right.
I got lost after MySpace.
But But you know, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times, if one only remembers to turn on the light.
She's gonna look up to make sure that the light's still working. We're good.
Angela's just going to shake her phone twice and turn on her flashlight.
That's strange. Your phone doesn't have that thingy on it.
What thing?
And she pulls out hers, and it has a bungee cord, bouncy, so it kind of bounces back thing attached to it and her purse.
And it's not like a charger?
No, it looks like it's so that she doesn't drop it or leave it somewhere.
Okay. Oh, I definitely don't see a need for that at all. I can't imagine why you'd want something like that.
That's really not very practical.
Well, supposedly I couldn't lose one to save my life, so they decided to do this.
I think it
That
looks
makes
stupid.
it makes absolutely no sense at all.
She turns it on and checks the time. Okay, so it's that one and that one. And when that becomes that one, which is, see, that's one of those and 10 of those, I have to head back. Okay. Make sure it's on. Okay. So, yeah. She turns off her phone and puts it back.
Oh, so how long have you guys been here?
Oh, not very long. It's not like I've been here all day or anything.
Oh, I didn't
Here?
mean in the city.
Um, I don't know. We, I arrived with the circus, I think. No. Did I arrive before or after them?
The circus is in town?
If it wasn't, I wouldn't be here.
I have great news for you then.
Oh?
You will absolutely positively be able to leave the city along with the circus.
You know, that's what we were told recently. Um, so we might not have this extended stay here. It'll be horrible.
It's
Wait,
exactly as bad as it sounds. I didn't grow up here my entire life, so I kind of know this place.
She seems to have picked out all of the peanut pieces and added them to her cup, and is now just licking the peanut sauce off the noodles and setting them on the side.
Well, I am definitely not from California, and I didn't just get here a month ago.
Well, at
Oh, you
least you
sweet
can leave
winter
if you
child.
want.
What? What were you going to say, Tim?
Oh, Angela said, "Oh, you sweet winter child."
Yeah, and I can completely understand everything everybody says.
Angela snaps off some in Cantonese.
Exactly.
Mutters something in Mandarin.
Nods.
Oh, you are into that? Ooh, you're kinky.
She blushes slightly.
I mean, she did let us just ravage her tail.
Oh, that's nothing. You know, playing with a little tail is all well and good, but what she was just agreeing to, whew, that takes a kinky person.
While we're not speaking about kinks, how do you two feel about guys with white hair?
Total turn on. Yeah.
Overly opinionated in a good way.
They're here. I haven't come across two already.
I mean, they definitely don't look like they're trying too hard. And they definitely don't creep me out either.
One doesn't, and one does.
I mean, I just really prefer men in general, so you know.
Fluffy pats your arm and kind of caresses it a little.
She looks at you nervously, like, what are you doing?
Angela's going to capitalize and get on her other side.
It's okay. I won't be gentle.
Okay.
I definitely don't bite.
Right. She purses her lips together.
And
Here.
as Hannah looks
Oh,
at Angela, she'll notice that Angela does have a forked tongue, like a snake.
She bites her bottom lip just slightly for a split second. Well, it's definitely not getting hot in here. She stands up.
I should mention that you can see a little bit of her whiskers in her mortal self.
Okay.
Okay. Did I
I
give?
forgot to mention that.
I don't think I gave this character curiosity. No, I didn't. Okay.
I do something wrong.
Yes, absolutely. While shaking her head.
It's okay. I understand. She's really young.
I mean, she's not that young. How old are you?
She's probably 12.
Ew.
Yes, I am 12. Absolutely.
You are kinky. As she looks up at Hannah.
Hannah just shrugs her shoulders.
But fake talk, I definitely did not turn 23.
I remember when my birthday is every year. I think. What?
I definitely am not going to be 23 in November.
Do I remember? This is a pretty good peanut sauce. I've had better, but it's not horrible.
Not sure I like that review. Maybe I do. I don't know. Eh. Noodles.
The noodles are the worst part.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like, without the noodles, I wouldn't have ordered this.
So why does a Chinese noodle shop sell Japanese noodles?
Shh. No, we don't. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't feel like I should be slightly offended. I care very deeply about this fact.
Fantastic.
And it's definitely not just because you're hot.
She blushes.
I'm sorry, I love beating around the bush.
Totally.
Oh, yeah. Beat around that bush. Mm-hmm.
um, Hannah's gonna pretend that she wasn't just thinking the same thing. Um, so, would you like to hang out outside of here or not?
I would absolutely hate that. Fuck
She
you.
looks at Fluffy.
But I finished my food.
Well, after you aren't done eating,
I'll eat quickly. No, I'm gonna take my time. Never mind. You seem like you want to stay for a while, so. And she starts cramming the rest of the noodles into her mouth, and her cheeks just keep getting bigger because she doesn't seem to be chewing and swallowing.
Hannah is watching this fascinated and slightly horrified.
And she pushes the empty bowl away. I'm famished.
All right. Ready?
No. What about you, Angela?
Oh, I cared very deeply about the noodles. The noodles were the entire reason I came here. I still don't have what I'm looking for.
Why don't you just ask him out?
That's exactly what I was following him for.
You want to see if I can get a selfie with him for you?
Yes.
She gets up, puts her sash across her shoulders, takes her phone out, gets the camera ready, waits until he's mid-bite, leans down next to him, takes a picture of them both, and starts walking out.
Angela's gonna go with gonna go with her. Kind of just taking Hannah along with her at this point. Don't send that to me.
I wouldn't, thanks to having your number.
Then this isn't my number. And Angela will list off her number.
And Angela gets a text a moment later with the picture.
I totally didn't.
Woo, we lost you, Lindsay.
Sorry. She said I totally didn't just put that in my phone either.
By the way, he had like a spoon like with food like halfway in his mouth when she clicked the picture.
Is it okay with you if I post this?
Not at all.
All right. I definitely don't need it for something.
He seemed really unimportant.
To me.
I don't think either one of us actually heard what you just said. I just heard me.
You're roboty, Natalie.
Yee.
Am I?
Yep. Tim, we didn't get what you said either.
Oh, I didn't say anything. I was just agreeing with you.
No,
Oh, yeah, all she responded with was, he definitely wasn't important to me. As
okay.
she, looks like she's typing something into her phone again.
Couple seconds later, she gets a text from Hannah saying, "Hey, this is definitely not the chick standing next to you named Hannah."
She'll text back, I don't even fucking remember you. Why are you texting me?
Awesome.
You said this was in a touristy district?
Yep.
Fluffy's just gonna start wandering off after something sparkly.
Angela does not mind going with her on this.
Yeah. Hannah will follow.
Sorry, just double checking something real quick. I have that and that. I'm contemplating doing something. She's staring at this really pretty thing. And you can see her kind of, her fingers are like moving like, I want to touch it. But she's like, just standing there contemplating whether she should. And let's see. Would be will. There's her willpower. She has willpower to avoid doing something she knows she probably shouldn't in broad daylight around a bunch of people. And she finally puts her hands in her pockets and just stares at it for a bit longer. Pretty little charm of an acorn. She's fighting not to just take it though.
Is it like dangling off of somebody?
It's probably on one of the carts.
Ah, I see.
But she avoids her obsession. Slowly takes a couple steps backwards.
What you want to do?
She glances over her shoulder at the acorn she's leaving. I probably should stay, lest I fall to temptation.
Okay.
You're welcome to stay with me.
Sure. She looks at Angela. You want to stay too?
Nah, fuck it. She's still typing in her phone. And slightly serious.
Fluffy puts one arm through one side of Angela's arms, letting her continue to type, but guiding her out with them.
Where are we going?
And she gets probably 100 feet away from that cart. And she turns around. She narrows her eyes. Rub a dub dub. Thanks for the grub. Yay, money! And she says that last part kind of loud and does a little jump up into the air. And I will be rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. A cantrip. Wayfair. Hopscotching that thing into my hand. Okay, so that's going to cost me 1 for that. And yeah, so I rolled that many. Is That made it that. But that took it down to that. Woohoo! And rather quickly, you see that little necklace and charm come flying off the thing. It doesn't fly all the way to him, so she scampers over and picks it up off the ground quickly. I will roll Dex Stealth. Or should I roll Dex Larceny?
It's already on the ground, so just.
Just Stealth? That's a my not as good die. Ooh, yeah, so she has 3 successes. Most people aren't going to catch her picking up this quick little thing, and she puts it in her bag. You're welcome to roll to see if you notice it.
Sure, why not?
Fuck it.
She just made a little spectacle, so realized something was going on. You also could have rolled Perception Kenning to notice she used a cantrip.
Eh. Perception alertness, right?
Yes. You have to get more than 3 successes.
I got exactly 3.
Alertness or perception getting? I got 2 different dice from y'all.
Perception Kenning if you want to realize that she used a cantrip. Perception Alertness if you want to see what she just picked up.
Okay. Oh, nope. Just 1, unfortunately. Then do perception canning. That is a strict fail.
Nope, nothing happened. Something to see here, something to see here. Move along, move along. And off they'll wander. But she seems to be keeping one hand in her pouch right now. She has this very contented smile on her face.
Well, that definitely wasn't weird.
Well, it wasn't weird.
I don't know.
All right.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Do you want to do anything else, or?
Every day, and I fucking hate doing. Shifting. And she looks at the other 2.
She starts bouncing a little bit on the balls of her feet.
She gets a little bit of a sly grin. We definitely shouldn't do that.
Yes, but where shouldn't we do that? That's the question.
Well, it should definitely be where everyone can see us.
Totes.
I'm pretty sure there isn't some kind of best to do it.
Awesome.
Well, don't show us where.
And I'm gonna assume that Hong Kong has at least a few neighborhoods that either just never got finished. You know what I'm talking about? Those housing
Oh, yeah.
developments. Those are like everywhere.
Yeah.
Then I assume we go there and take turns not being looked at.
Nope, none of that.
And there's a squirrel, a snake, and a honey badger running around in these abandoned buildings.
Yep.
Or Sliver. Angela's case.
Yes, slithering.
Ride the badger! The squirrel is totally gonna ride the badger.
Oh, God. As Fluffy climbs on top of Hannah in her honey badger form, she gives off a noise of displeasure, but she doesn't shake her off or anything.
The squirrel bounces on the back of your neck, one leg on each side, its little hands holding on, like trying to get you to go.
Well, if she's gonna do that, then she will throw her off.
Contested strength.
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah. Angela's a pit viper.
Oh boy.
Kind of snake she is.
I botched. You flung me.
Oh yeah, and you don't land any sort of graceful. You were just kind of, yeah.
She's gonna get up and stand right in front of you, and you'll just hear this most furious squeaking you've ever heard.
Angela's going to take that opportunity because this has now become the Hannah rodeo.
Oh God. You both could swear that you hear the badger laugh.
So Angela, rather than, since she can't really like ride on, she doesn't have any hands or feet. She's just going to coil around the badger, not constricting it, but just enough to kind of get a grip.
Hannah curiously allows this to happen.
The snake kind of tilts her head at Hannah. Not really sure why she isn't, even though she's totally sure why she's not getting bucked off.
Squirrel will climb back on and use all 4 feet to grab a hold of fur this time. She's not trying to like get her to mush. She's just holding on for dear life, waiting for this badger to run.
She gives a slight disapproving noise. It's almost like a growl. And then she just takes off running, which is surprisingly fast for her pudgy form.
You hear the squirrel making a wee sort of squirrely sound.
And yeah, Hannah will run around for a little bit, and then stop and let everybody off. The ride is over.
Angela will let her off.
Fluffy stays holding on.
She kind of like nudges Fluffy as if to say, "Get off of me."
She's gonna latch down and be like holding on like she's hugging.
Oh, fine.
Then she'll hop down, go behind a pillar, and then suddenly she's a human again.
Yeah, Hannah will do the same thing. Angela gonna shift back.
Sorry about that. Couldn't get to my mute button. Yes, she is.
Hannah will come out after everyone's shifted.
That was horrible. I so never want to do that again.
Definitely shouldn't see if we could get something to eat while in those forms, too.
Ooh, yeah, definitely not. Definitely shouldn't have done that. Because I'm definitely not hungry at all. Because, I wasn't too busy trying to give a squirrel and a snake a ride on my back.
Well, that wasn't very nice of you then.
No. I don't ever want it to happen again. It was awful.
Well, if you ever come by the circus, I probably can't get you anything to eat, like cotton candy or popcorn, or we have really horrible hot dogs.
Really horrible what? You cut out.
Hot dogs?
Ah. I don't like any of those things.
Well, if you ever come by the circus, don't tell them that you're there to see me.
Definitely not. I'm never gonna come by there.
I don't look forward to it. I enjoy those thoughts of days alone by myself, swinging from trapezes, walking across tight ropes.
Hey, Angela. Would you like to not come to the circus with me?
I'd hate to go to the circus.
And just so you're warned, there is never any glamour there.
Now I'd really hate to go to the circus.
I know, me too. It's the worst place ever.
The ringleader is not a boggin. Who gets first dibs? Because he kind of owns.
Mhm.
And her alarm starts going off. Ooh, it's time, it's time, it's time for me to go. I gotta go, I gotta go, time to go, I gotta go. Bye. Like, I'm late for very important dates, and she starts scampering off.
Wait, what kind of day?
Did you get her number?
No, I didn't.
Good,
As
because I'd really like to not have it at all.
she'll send it over to Hannah.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, I don't have anywhere I've got to be. Um, and I'd hate to ever see you again.
I'd really hate that too.
All right. So I'm definitely never going to text you later in like a few minutes.
I will not respond.
Cool. She heads off the direction to her house, her apartment, to get home to her brother.
Right,
Fluffy
Angela.
scampers off to the circus and does her trapeze fun stuffs.
Angela's heading home and finishing up that article.
All right. I believe that's where we can end our scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. See you next time.